In the words of the song, "You've got what gets me," well, George and his brother Ira most certainly had what it took. George rose like a meteor, lighting up the American skies for a whole generation. And he wrote and contributed hugely to the great American songbook, along with other songwriters like Harold Arlen, Johnny Mercer, Irving Berlin, Jerome Kern, Cole Porter, and of course the great Richard Rodgers.
George was born Jacob Bruskin Gershwin on the 26th of September 1898 in Brooklyn, New York, the son of Russian Jewish immigrants.
Capitalism flourished even in the early 1920s in the USA. Before the advent of recorded music, playing the piano using sheet music at home was a way of entertaining yourself. Because the family was poor, Gershwin had to head out to work aged 15, and he went to a place called Tin Pan Alley. This was a place where pianists sat in little cubicles next to each other, playing songs for members of the public who wanted to buy the sheet music, and the result was cacophony, and hence the name Tin Pan Alley.
For extra cash, George worked as a rehearsal pianist for Broadway singers. After 3 years of pounding the keys, he got his first song published. When you want 'em, you can't get 'em. When you have 'em, you don't want 'em, with lyrics by Murray Roth. It earned him all of 50 cents.
In 1919, George finally had his first national hit with Swanee, lyrics by Irving Caesar and sung by Al Jolson, a Broadway singer.
In 1922, Gershwin created the experimental one-act jazz opera Blue Monday, set in Harlem, with lyricist Buddy DeSilva. It is widely regarded as a forerunner to Porgy and Bess, which was a commercial failure.
George and brother Ira began collaborating in 1924, together producing 12 musical theatre shows. Then Hollywood came calling, and the result were 4 films starring the incomparable team of Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
Late in the evening of the 3rd of January 1924, George, Ira and DeSilva were playing billiards in the Ambassador Billiard Parlour on Broadway when an item in the New York Tribune caught Ira's attention.
George Gershwin is at work on a jazz concerto, the Tribune said. This concerto was to be part of a concert of new American music, which was to take place on 12th February, and it would be performed by the Paul Whiteman Band, which was called the Palais Royal Band, and the concert was to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
This was news to George. His musical comedy, Sweet Little Devil, was due to open in just 3 weeks, and now he had to write a concerto by the 12th of February as well.
Paul Whiteman twisted George's arm. All he had to do was to supply a piano score, and Ferdy Grove would orchestrate it. And so on the 7th of January, Gershwin began making a sketch of the concerto. And this was on a train traveling to Boston on his way to rehearsals for Sweet Little Devil.
Gershwin's original title was American Rhapsody. By chance, Ira had been to an exhibition of Whistler's paintings and had seen the painter's Nocturne in Blue and Green of the Thames at Chelsea. And so it became known as Rhapsody in Blue.
And so the Rhapsody was premiered on 12th February with Gershwin as the soloist to a packed house of musical luminaries like Rachmaninoff, the violinist Fritz Kreisler, and the conductor Leopold Stokowski.
Gershwin died following brain surgery on the 11th of July 1937, aged just 38. We had to choose his Rhapsody in Blue. Its glissando clarinet introduction heralds a piece which is as iconic of its generation as Beethoven's Fifth Symphony was.